Hi everyone, it's Adam and Kaio with Milo's Restoration today, and we've got a whitewashed maple top that we have been working on, and we decided that we wanted to make a base for it. We originally thought about buying one, but we're like, that's really not what we do here. We want to restore something. So we went to the thrift store and we found these two old vintage bases that were on like a laminate top. It looked like it was like something out of a bowling alley, honestly. They had a little bit of issues with them, rust, stuff like that. Not the most sightly, but we decided to reuse them. So these are the products that we're going to use: acetone, a self-etching primer, and some metallic gold paint. The acetone is for cleaning. The self-etching primer is an automotive primer. And if you're looking for something to use, like a good primer, and you want to use less spray paint, use a good quality primer. It'll save you a lot in headaches and spray paint because that automotive primer has a lot of body to it. And it's going to fill in a lot of those imperfections as well as stop that rust. So this is a surf prep super fine pad, just on my regular surf prep sander with a vacuum hooked up, and it's easier to do like the curved areas with the foam pad, but this was also done on only the areas that didn't have a significant amount of damage. The ones that had a lot more damage, I had to do a flat pad with 180 to get off as much of the rust and corrosion as I could before I could put the primer on. Even though the primer can stop a lot of that, you still need to get off as much as you can. So we took a clip of that one little rubber piece that is not like the others. It's not screwed in. I actually think that's a floating shim. So I think it's made to where whenever the table has weight on it, it levels itself out. Just a little acetone and a cloth here. I just cleaned off the sanding residue as well as giving it a final clean before I put the primer on it. So I have to say I was really impressed with this spray paint. I got it from Home Depot. It's like a self-etching primer. And you don't necessarily have to use an etching primer just using spray paint, but it definitely helps out in this situation. And this stuff was really like a true automotive primer. It dried really fast. It allowed you to cover up a lot of little imperfections and things like that and then sand them back to a smooth surface, which is really what you want. And you're going to use a lot less spray paint, and you're going to be really able to get that smooth look that you're trying to get when painting metal with a spray paint can that you would probably not normally be able to get if you just took it and painted over bare metal with your top coat. I was really happy with the way the primer came out, and I didn't have any real signs of board adhesion, so I went ahead and sanded it with a Surf Prep Superfine and cleaned it off and got it ready for top coat. So I think that one of the biggest steps that I've been missing in painting metal, especially, is not using one of these kind of good quality automotive style primers that fills in a lot of the little surface imperfections and sands really well. And I think it's something that I'm going to start doing because it definitely worked out a lot better than it ever has for me using this process. So this is the top coat, and I'm just using that Metal Effects spray paint that I got from Home Depot. It worked really good. And also, all of these are oil-based paints, so I mean, generally speaking, as long as your prep is done right, they're gonna have pretty good durability. So I did 2 coats of paint, and the dry time kind of depends, but I'm in a booth, well, a homemade booth with lots of airflow, so it's going to dry a lot faster for me than it would for somebody in a garage. But you just go by what looks right and kind of trust the instincts on that. If it looks kind of suspicious, then give it some more dry time. So I just decided to mount it with the same hardware that came with the base. It's not my favorite, but for this purpose, I just wanted to use what was already there. And the weird angle of the kind of like swivel top on the base made it a little difficult to get anything else in there. And I put the hardware back on it and took it outside for some pictures. So here's the final table. Thanks for watching. please subscribe if you want to see more restoration content. And maybe next time I'll get a full video of the table build as well.